Right now it's the time you've all been waiting for, I suppose. Before starting, I'd like to thank the staff and everyone behind the scenes at Ballycity Castle for the wonderful reception they provided. And for their kind words, I'd also like to thank Jerry and Neely, otherwise known as my support acts. Firstly, I'd like to propose a toast to the bridesmaids, Heather, Abby, Shelley, Pooja, Luella, and Emma, who unfortunately couldn't make it this evening. They all look gorgeous, and of course are only outshone by the beautiful bride Becky. I'd like to thank everyone that's met us here to share Francis and Becky's big day. Many of you knew that I'd be saying a speech today and you still decided to come, so a particular thank you. This is actually the first time I've been required to make a wedding speech, and it's true what they say, it is nerve-wracking. I only feel slightly better knowing that I'm not the only person in the room who may be feeling apprehensive and queasy to thought of what lies ahead. But then again, she just married Francis. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name's Sean, and I've known Francis since I was 12. We met when we were in school, and since then we've gone to university together, we've worked together, lived together, and travelled the globe together. I'd like to say we've grown up together too, but that wouldn't be the right way of phrasing it, as neither of us have really matured in the last 20 years. He's actually been around me and my family so much that my parents actually call him the adopted one. I've always thought of him as a brother I never had, and I think he'd think the same even though he'd never admit it. That's what makes it all the more satisfying that he's actually admitted that I'm the best man. I'm glad we can celebrate this day with all our friends and family, not only from around locally, but from all around the world, including many people from England and from the USA. It's astonishing how far people will come for a free meal. Now, for all of those who don't know, the job of best man actually just consists of two tasks. First is getting the groom to the church on time, sober, and looking smart. It's essentially my job today just to make sure his hair and face are in order. So, at this stage, I must apologise. I've done the best I can. The second, the most important task a best man has to do, completely lost. Second most important task a best man has to do is assassinate the groom's character. I'm sure that's what you're all looking forward to. But I'm going to have to disappoint everyone. I'm not going to let you know all the wild and crazy stories from Francis' past. It's not just because of the huge bribe that he's given me either. The reason I can't tell any of these stories is because I've usually stood beside him and involved in the same shenanigans. And it's not that I don't want to tell you, it's just I'll get in as much trouble as him if I do tell them. But if you buy me a few drinks later at the bar later on tonight, I might be a bit more forthcoming with the stories. I could tell you something like how, instead of having a night out for his 21st, he decided just hire a bouncy castle and invite all his friends over. I could tell you the time he was in New York, seen Donald Trump and screamed at him asking for a fiver. I could tell you the time I actually drop-kicked him out of a moving train. Or the fact that he thought it was a prostitute's graveyard and killed Flynn. These stories are all true, and I think they kind of give you a good insight into Francis' mind. Now, I'm not sure if many of you know this, but Francis and Becky actually met on a night out in London when we were celebrating my birthday. It's nearly 7 years ago. Now, Francis is usually confident on a night out when talking to people, but after that night, he went weeks without texting or calling Becky. He was too scared and intimidated, I think. So about a month, 6 weeks later, he went home and he cried to his little sister Una, who was only about 14 or 15 at the time, saying she was so beautiful and he wasted too much time talking to her, now it would just be too awkward, and he thought the moment passed. So Una, remember, who was only 14, 15, decided to get his phone, go on Facebook and ask her out for him. I apologise if any of you, if you've told anyone else a more romantic story, but that's what actually happened. before I ever properly met Becky, I knew there was something a bit different, because when we were living together with Francis, I vividly remember one morning he came bounding down the stairs. It was the morning of their first date in London. He came down the stairs saying, "I've got a date with a hot girl." Yes, he did. And he hasn't looked back since. Now, Becky, when I first met you, I knew you were a keeper, because you always laughed at my jokes, even though Francis would often shake his head and just call me an idiot. You're beautiful inside and out. You're caring, compassionate, and most importantly, you make Francis happy in a way that I never could. Becky, I've known Francis all these years, and I think I know him better than anyone. I can honestly tell you this is the happiest I've ever seen him. He's lucky to have someone so beautiful, playful, energetic, and full of life. Which is why I'm so happy I finally got to meet your puppy Harley last night. Now, it's impossible for me to summarise the years I've known Francis down to a few sentences, but I would just like to say he's the best anyone could have hoped for in a friend. He's always been there for support in dark hours for all of us. I know he'll maintain these high standards as a caring and loving husband to you, Becky. I think everyone agrees that you make a fantastic couple, so once again, thank you for letting me share this special day with you. Now, since we're near the end of the speech, I think it's usually at this point that the best man would give a bit of advice to the bride and groom, but they'll be the first one to tell you that I'm not the person to give advice. So, the only thing I will say is, Francis, if ever you want to talk to Becky but you're not sure what to say, just go to Una and get her to do it for you. Serves you very well so far. So, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to the stage to be upstanding and raise another glass to Francis and Becky, Mr. and Miss O'Connell. I'll now hand you over to Francis.
Hello everyone, just like to say thank you to Sean for that. He did far better than anyone in this room ever thought possible.